Hello, it's Tamara Hunter, and today is day number 140 of 365 days of awesome Celebrate Success or Service. And I am going to be sharing what it is that I've been up to lately because there's so much. So I actually said, it's a day in a life, kind of a Facebook Live. However, I want to tell you a little bit more about what I'm doing. I want to tell everybody about how excited I am about this. In fact, here, let me, there. Stage Warrior, hashtag Stage Warrior. What is it? Well, you guys have probably been seeing this around lately, but I am so humbled that I was asked to be a part of a coalition, and it is Speakers Pathway Coalition. And what that is exactly what it sounds like. It's to help people that are looking to get their message out and be able to find a path to do it. And yes, Stage Warrior, one of the executive training directors that I am very honored and privileged to now know and call my friend, Dr. E.J. Johnson. He just did a webinar a couple days ago. Yes, speakerspathway.com. I am going to be on my first webinar tomorrow. I am so excited, and I'm beyond humble. I mean, I know I keep talking about this, but guys, I am with people that have been in the industry for a while. Jay is a master at what he does. He has a lot of businesses that he does so much, and for me to be working with him, I just am pinching myself continually. Tomorrow I am going to be on in the corner in the front is Bill Heinrich. He and I will be doing the webinar for the launch tomorrow, and it's at noon Pacific time, 3 o'clock in the afternoon Eastern time. So work it out wherever you are. Don't miss it. Yeah, I can't wait too. It should be fun. And Bill and I are, I believe, a good team. Everybody, the teams have been amazing today. We learned about the power of video and the power of social media from Koji and Monique, and you guys need to just go and sign up for these webinars, because the ones that have already been filmed you want to watch, because there's actual concrete information in there. In fact, I was sharing with Koji, because he had given us an assignment, that I had gotten one of the tools that he had suggested for some of the videos that I do, and so it's actually really great information. And tomorrow I'm so excited to be sharing. Well, thank you, thank you, Jay. Dr. E.J. Johnson. Just excited about these people. Don McGrath, who is on my board of directors for my nonprofit Chemo Buddies for Life, and Jim Grant, who was featured here as a service hero not long ago, co-founded the Speakers Pathway Coalition. Find out about it. It's certainly worth your time. And so tomorrow, put it in your calendar. Go and sign up, and then watch the other ones too. But tomorrow at noon Pacific time, 3 o'clock Eastern, and share the love. Let me know you're there. Make comments. What do you like about what it is that I do if you're my friend? What kind of value are you getting from listening to Bill? Let me just tell you, every time I'm in his presence, I feel like, wow, nugget, golden nugget. It just, like mind-blowing nugget type information. So be there tomorrow. And so I want to now go on, because there's so much going on in my world. What have I been doing the last few days? Well, let me share. I actually filmed my first course. I have a course, and it's for Speakers Pathway Coalition, and I am so excited about this. I have been learning so much over the last so many months that I've been involved in Chemo Buddies for Life, and then day number 140 today of 365 days of awesome. Celebrate success through service. And what I have learned is that it doesn't have to be rocket science, guys. It really doesn't. If you have a burning desire to get your message out there with some real good tips and tools and practices, it can happen. And I wasted, I believe, a lot of time. Not wasted, all the time has been valuable, but I know I could be so much further ahead had I have met the people that I'm working with now. The value that I have been getting is absolutely priceless. I can't put a price on it. I just can't, because time, our time is priceless. And for me to not be sitting there watching a YouTube, because that's what I was doing. I'm a baby boomer, guys. Wink, wink. And I was trying to build a website. That's comical. Comical. But you know what? I don't give up easy. So I didn't give up very easy. I tried. I fried it. I lost it. I blew it up. Then I did it again. A WordPress. I know how to work in WordPress. I know what not to do in WordPress. Don't let Tamra touch certain buttons, because the site doesn't work the same. Anyway, let me say hi to everybody. Sharon, yes, I love the Stage Warrior shirt, don't you? Actually, Jay and Preston came up with it, and Jay sent it to me, so I'd have it for tomorrow. I'm so excited. Keith, great to have you on. Thank you for your help. Thank you. And thank you. Thank you for that, love. Senior Ambassador of Chemo Buddies for Life, Sharon, you are incredible. I could not go out on the road and get the things done that I do without you being there for the buddies and taking care of things. I mean, guys, she's been texting me all day today. What do I need to do about this? And how about that? And this person's not doing well. They've lost their voice. And I mean, she's just on top of everything. You know, that's what building a group, a movement, a cause, and a team. You got to have people like Sharon. Thank you, Sharon. And people like Keith. Keith is newer to our group, and he's stepped up to the plate. What can I do? I am there for you, you know, and he's here in Vegas where I am. Yeah, I don't have my trees in the background right now with me. So I'm in Vegas right now, and I'll explain that in a few more minutes. Brandon, hi, glad to see you. And you're welcome. Thank you. You know, you keep me going. You keep me going, and you give me that ability to get out there and do what I need to do, because you are taking that senior position as a Chemo Buddy ambassador to heart and really, really knocking it out of the park. Just knocking it out of the park. So proud of you. Okay, so I have been busy. I was excited. I get excited about challenges, guys. I really do. They just really just get my, me going, and I just, and I'm okay with failing, because you don't learn unless you're afraid, or if you're afraid to fail, then you'll never learn how to do something. And I'm not afraid to fail. I would be afraid to stay in that failure state. I believe in asking questions. Jay Johnson's been awesome for me, because Dr. Johnson, Dr. E.J. Johnson, he is he's a high-level mentor coach that owns multiple businesses, has his PhD. I think he has a few degrees. I'm not 100% sure about that, but I know he has multiple businesses. He always seems to be pulling another business out of the hat. Oh, this might work. Oh, and then I'll say, is that one of yours? Oh, yes, of course. That's all I end up saying now. Absolutely, of course. Yes, great job. Great job, everyone. You know, Brandon, thank you for saying that. Thank you. So, why am I here in Vegas? Well, one of the reasons, guys, I'm looking for some love. Yeah, I'm looking for some love. We need to still sum up. We've had a few glitches in regards to our location for our Giving Tuesday finale. Now, I want to start really talking about what we're going to be doing on Giving Tuesday. Giving Tuesday is going to be here in Vegas for Chemo Buddies for Life, but it's going to be throughout the United States and the world too. Let me explain. I grew up with the Jerry Lewis telethons. I grew up with amazing talent coming together and unbelievable, heart-wrenching stories, and stories of pain and sorrow, and then triumph. And I love stories, and I realized I was overthinking it. I was not giving you guys the credit and the love that you deserve. I have an amazing group of people that love the Service Hero program and love the Chemo Buddies for Life, and are sharing me, you know, the love with me, and it's this amazing 360, we're in it together attitude. And it's Giving Tuesday coming up on November 27th, and all of a sudden I realized I'm not giving you guys enough credit. So I have to give a huge shout out to let me find spot here for Eric Zuley. Eric Zuley spent some time on the phone with me yesterday. Thank you, Eric Zuley. Thank you. Actually, James Zuley and Eric Zuley of the Easy Way brands spent a decent amount of time with me. And in fact, I didn't get to Vegas last night because I ended up with homework from that period of time. And the Easy Way promotions, that line, that brand within the Easy Way family, actually was helping me to craft a way to bring to all of you more of the service hero abilities, to be a service hero yourself, and to find that service hero within yourself and let it shine. And so he challenged me, and Dr. Dante's working on something that we're going to be revealing this weekend. I'm so excited. I am just beyond excited because I just have been working on my first course, and shout out to Don McGrath because he spent a lot of time with me, and Dr. E.J. Johnson and AJ Poyden. The three of you really spent a really good period of time with me in helping me to realize I was overthinking it again. I have a tendency to do that, guys, and I'm trying to learn not to. And that the content that you have is more important than sometimes, you know, us girls, we want it to. I'm not a real high maintenance kind of girl, but I'm a perfectionist kind of. Let's just say a perfectionist, not even a girl or guy. I'm a perfectionist, and especially when it has anything to do with business, I have always been a perfectionist. And so when it's something that you are creating for others, I was being a perfectionist about every little detail. And then it was, you know what? Let it go. That song, I'm not going to sing. I won't give you that pleasure right this minute. So I created the course, then spent time with Eric Zuli and for this weekend. So the big reveal is that I will be, I think, I'm waiting to get my slot, but I believe that I just took it down. I believe I am going to be on stage at the High Performance Summit, which is my dear friend Jason Burke's big high-powered summit for high achievers, high producers. And originally it used to be for real estate professionals to really take their game to the A+ level. And then Eric Zuli and the Zuli Brands came together and have now enhanced the High Performance Success Summit so that many of my good friends are going to be there. I mean, I'm hearing that there might be up to 50 speakers over the 3 days. I don't know if there's breakout sessions. I don't know how it's all going to go, but it's at the Palms here in Las Vegas. And we were each given a few tickets to be able to have people come for free. And I may have already maxed out mine. However, I think I might be able to. I'm a nonprofit, so I can get away with that. I might be able to ask for a few more. If someone has some time on Friday, Saturday, or Sunday, let me know, because this is going to be worth your time, truly worth your time. Because if you're just trying to take your game somewhere, Don McGrath is going to be one of the speakers. He is on my board. His message is, if you haven't heard him yet, you want to be there for that. Chris Miller and Tia Ross, they have a presentation that they give. Chris Miller is my board president. So yeah, I'm a little, maybe prejudiced but you're going to have Eric Zuli. You have Dr. Dante. Oh, love her. She's amazing. You guys have seen her on the Service Heroes. So I'm going to be doing that on Sunday. So tomorrow I'm going to be on my first webinar. I filmed my first course. I'm going to be on my first webinar tomorrow. Did a little promo today, and then going to be on stage here in Vegas this weekend, working to work out the marathon, the streaming media marathon for the fundraiser. Yes. Oh, thank you, Sharon. Sharon is taking the lead right now, because what we're trying to do with our fundraiser is we need our buddy site. We've been manually putting buddies together, and we know we've got people that need buddies that don't have them, because there's people throughout the world that want a buddy now. And we need to be able to help them to have their buddies. And we need a particular type of site that's going to give us the functionality for that. And then to have the courses and the hangout areas and the resources that we've been preparing for our Chemo Buddies for Life, which, remember, it is named Chemo Buddies for Life. But that doesn't mean that we are taking a stand on treatment. Whatever your treatment is, our only stand is don't do it alone. Don't do it alone. Have a buddy for life. And that's our message. And we need that website. And so we are going to be having a streaming media marathon fundraiser. It's going to be cool. Absolutely cool. So stay tuned. I'm working on all of that to get it all summed up and get ready, but I've got different friends that I've made throughout the United States, and maybe we might even pop in some of our international friends too, if we can make it work with timing, because there's they have to be in the middle of the night when it's our time during the day. But I'm going to see if we can maybe make it work, because wouldn't that be cool? And then I'm going to be talking with Margie Shepard, meeting with her, I believe, in the next day or two. If for anybody that watched last week when I was at the Sterling Club, Bruce Marin and Margie Shepard announced that they have a designer gown, a designer dress that is very exclusive from a very exclusive designer. and we get to raise funds with it. And I've been talking to some people about it. I want to make it fun, functional, and also get the amount of money that we need for our site, because we need to make it happen. And so what Sharon's been doing is that she has been taking care of our buddies and touching base with them. And then also she talks with all of the service heroes and in regards to what it is that possibly they could help us with. How can we help them, and making friends, because that's what it's about too. And so when I get what Dr. Dante and I and what Eric Zuley helped me to come up with, when I get that piece put together, I will be letting everyone know. And then shout out to Dr. E.J. Johnson, because he's helping me to build a website, because I did a Wix one, guys. I mean, total disclosure, but at least it was something. And sometimes that's what you have to do. And that's part of my message too, is keep it simple and just start moving forward. And then people will present themselves so that we can get things better. But don't be paralyzed by how big it is. Join a team, join a group of people, have a coalition, have volunteers, have people in your circle that believe in what you're doing and believe in them. Don't just take. This is all about serving. So the mastermind concept that is discussed by so many, and I am such a believer in it, is that you ask what someone else needs and you try to supply. If you have that ability, you try to help others. And in doing so, others will help you. And it's amazing how that energy of like-mindedness and like hearts and like souls going forward movement can actually change the way things are being done. And so I want to say thank you. Yes, Erin, thank you. Yes. And you understand, because as I say a lot, one of our service heroes, Erin, her children's grandfather, he had cancer, and someone that was very involved in the community, a stalwart leader, and it's hard. It's hard. It's never easy. It's never easy when you see someone that you love suffering through something and you can't touch them. I'm not saying physical touch. When people love and support someone, it's not always the same as having someone that understands what you're going through. And you can understand what they're going through. And together you can work to go through it, to reach for life. Chemo Buddies for Life is about living. It's about life. And that's our goal, is to have a better life. Humor, hope, and heart. And not have to do it alone. And have a lot of fun. We giggle a lot. We truly do. Who cannot help but giggle, I mean, when I'm around, because, all I have to do is show up and then do something silly like crash a website and laugh about it, Thank you. Yes, value. Hashtag value. Absolutely. David Jones is in the house. David, I'm back. Watch, and you'll kind of catch up what I've been doing. It's been craziness. And yes, exactly. I agree with you, Sharon. So, okay, so let's recap. Today I did promo. Well, I did course, worked on my course, the segments of the course. Then did the promo today for Speakers Pathway Coalition, my first webinar. So excited. Guys, you got to support me. You got to be there. Got to show the love. So excited. That's tomorrow, noon Pacific, 3 o'clock Eastern, and I'll include links, of course, like I always do in comments area here. And then On this weekend, I'm going to be at the High Performance Success Summit, and there's going to be some stuff that I'm going to be sharing. I'm going to be meeting with a lot of the boots on the ground here in Vegas that I have, of which I've talked to some, and then we've got our amazing Keith that has joined us, and he's here, and just so grateful for those people that are here. And we still want to roll together the party into what we're, if anybody in Vegas, I'm going to shout out, and if anybody has a home that might be an Airbnb, that would be, it's going to be an off day. Giving Tuesday is November the 27th. So it's that Tuesday after Thanksgiving. Most people have gone home. They've taken their time off. And that Tuesday night is the night we want to have the big ta-da party for the marathon Giving Tuesday fundraiser. And I'm still working on, and it looks like it's going to happen, to get my chemo buddies here to go to the party. And of course, everybody will be able to share in it because we're going to be streaming it. That's what we do, right? So, you know, we want you there, absolutely want you there. But I'm not going to not have people be a part of something because they physically can't get here. I'm not going to hold you hostage, because I believe in the abundance theory. I believe in goodwill goes a long way, and good people show up when you truly have a heart that is all about what it is that you're doing and who you're serving. And absolutely, you know, David Jones has been busy too. Oh my gosh. You need to be, if you don't follow what he's up to, you need to. He's a man about green, you know, keeping the world, using every single thing that you can use multiple different ways, and not just throwing trash away and then forgetting it. No, he doesn't do that. He is that's why green, why it's colored green. He's the green guy. You know, David Jones, you need to be following what he's doing. He is absolutely brilliant man, brilliant. All right, so we've gotten that far. Now it only keeps getting better, guys. Okay, I get a call from this lady. Love this woman. If you don't know who she is, I haven't been talking enough about her, and I know it, and I'm so sorry. This is Sherry Watson. Sherry Watson, her story is significant, and if you've heard it, please bear with me and comment. Share the love. Purple love, if you can tell. Okay, so her story is that she was one of the chief architects with the Americans with Disabilities Act. But she didn't just start there. You have to back up. She was in the highlight of her life, young 20s. She was in an accident, hit her head, brain injury, coma. They thought it was just a miracle she lived through that. Then she goes on, and she has to have multiple surgeries for her face and to be able to talk. Yes. Sherry Watson is absolutely the greatest. So I'm going to leave that up here, actually. Thank you, David. All right, so the story continues that she's in a coma. People are talking. And she's thinking to herself, okay, yeah, no, I'm not dying. I'm not going to die. Come on, guys, I'm in here. I hear everything you're saying. And then one of her pastors would come every day and say, hey, girl, I know, she always does that. Hey, girl, I know you're in there, and I know you're listening to me, and I know you need to fight. So you're still alive. You need to fight this. You need to become alive. You need to get out of the coma. Yes, she is amazing, Sharon. Absolutely, incredibly amazing. And she just floored me again today. Oh my gosh, that energy when we're together. Anyway, so the story continues that she's in this coma. She remembers everything that was said. If you know anybody ever in a coma, be careful what you say around them. They hear you. So she ends up waking up, but everything's not working because of the injuries that she sustained. So they called her Scary Sherry. scary Sherry. But she had to have a drool cloth because her mouth was like just burrowed, and you know, she only has one good eye. She has a glass eye in the other one, and she had to learn how to do everything all over again. But that didn't stop her. That didn't stop this one. She started going to every single room in that hospital, people that were in comas, and start talking to them and say, I know you're in there. I got out of mine. You get out of yours. We're going to do this together. And that's why when she got to know what my message was for Chemo Buddies for Life with my original co-founder, Martha Newsom, my original chemo buddy, she was like, oh my gosh, I've been waiting for you guys. I've been waiting. So she then becomes, she's in her 20s, and they take her to Washington, D.C., and she is working with some of the top leaders for brain. This is when they were starting to realize that they needed to have a specialty for brain injury. And she oversaw that group in Washington, D.C. Then she gets in with all the different nonprofits that had different specialties and disabilities, and they created the Americans with Disabilities Act. She has been there from the start of something to it becoming an act, a law of the land, and everything that we do now, from Braille to, you know, sinks that that you can wash your hands in a wheelchair, to just everything we take for granted, curb cuts, ramps, everything we take for granted. That's not the way it was before this act. Significant, huge. Okay, she calls me today. What you doing? Told her. She goes, okay, but you still need to come to Albuquerque next week, because we're in the process of closing on this huge facility. We have people coming from Washington, D.C., many people coming from here. I've been talking to this person. We've got mainline media coming. We've got all this stuff about Giving Tuesday, and we need to get it all planned. Thinking, okay, I'll do that in my spare time. But that's what is involved when you are at a point where you're just about to kind of like take it to that next level. She has been there, and she says, Tamara, you know, remember, I've been there, I've done that. But she said, this is what got me, and this is why I'm sharing it. She goes, last time that we were in this kind of position, I was the one that was out there and doing all this stuff, but I had to pull back, and so that we could get this facility under contract, and just huge deal, and start working with all the different governmental agencies that have this $1 million that for grants, and these coalition of companies and these significant influencers. And she's been working the phones, she's been in meetings. She's like, you've been out there, I need you to start spreading the love and the message, because it was before you were the one that was in there starting to work on your infrastructure, and I was the one out there. Now, you know, because she's one of my senior advisors, if not she's my senior advisor. Who's kidding who? She's my senior advisor. And so she's like, okay, girl, there's that girl, you need to get back here. We need to get this all planned up for Giving Tuesday, what you're doing in Vegas, and for the Chemo Buddies, and for because I told her about the streaming media marathon, and she's like, that is great. Now let's get you back here and do so. That's why I was like the little car emblem, because I probably am going to be driving from Vegas and then driving back to Vegas. It's a never-ending little marathon of fun. And so anybody that wants to join me, shout out to some that Jenny Mulks, I told you I wasn't sure. Now I'm pretty much sure that I'm going. Susan Burt, we had talked about going out to the facility and seeing it. And, you know, Sherry was actually mentioning Allison. Allison, you might want to come back and see this, because what the facility has is it has a studio in it. It has the like a amphitheater, kind of this property that you can have presentations, and you can film classes, and you can have stages, and you can film stages. And I wouldn't be surprised. She should do TED Talk there. I'd talk to her about that. She should get the TED Talk people there, however that works, to get it set up. But it will be a perfect location. So if anybody watching this is interested in knowing more about that, because what is happening is that we are putting together like teams of people, like my with cancer, with my support people here, and then homeless here, vets here, alternative medicine opportunities here, just all sorts of, and community development. Some of the people that have been big on helping Waco get redeveloped, and some of these other community development groups, and the money behind it, and all of these amazing, so it takes teams. It takes not doing things alone and not reinventing the wheel. So anyway, I most likely am going to be showing up for that, because you know, when your senior advisor basically calls and says, you know, you need to be here, there's a real good reason. Thank you, Phil. Hey, great to hear from you. You should go. You should go. That's something. There would be people there you should be meeting. Contact me. It's from where you are. It can't be that bad of a drive even. And I think the roads are good still, right? I know there was a little snow when we were up in Park City, but you know, it melted. So I think you're good. I don't know if there's any storms coming up. So anyway, I know I'm going on and on, but I had so much that I needed to catch up with everybody, because I owe you guys a few in the 365 days. The bottom line is, I haven't forgotten you guys. I am so dedicated to this Service Heroes show, Service Heroes concept. Phil, we need to talk. Service Heroes within each of us. And I want to start promoting this program to the children too, because I want kids to understand. I raised 4 children, and many of you know the story pretty much as a single mom. Now I have grandchildren, and I have a niece that is the age, right in the age of my grandkids. Yes, my brother had his first kid at 50. So, so I have this group of youngsters that are growing up in my family, and I see that so many of the kids, even in the best of families, which I got to give a hats off to my kids, their spouses or significant others, or the co-parenting, and then my brother and his wife, all of them are very conscious with the children and the kids. But I see so many that are losing their way because they're doing this all the time, you know. Yeah, they're doing this, and they're playing games and stuff. And I'm not saying anything bad about any of that. The hysterics and the brains and the connections and everything going on, there's so much. But the reality of it is that we don't want to lose the opportunity of some good old-fashioned time together and talking about it. And I can't say that I've had that time with my grandkids or my niece lately, which I need to get this up and going. I really need to get my website built, and so that I can know that my buddies are okay, and then I can film the show anywhere. And I love getting on stages and love it. And I'm so grateful for all the stages that have been coming my way, and keep them coming, because the messages that are involved in what I'm doing, and then the people that I know, because of the Service Heroes and going and showing up, incredible group of people. But back to this, the kids and the service hero within them, I'm really going to start really talking about that too. I'm really conflicted on if I'm going to have any kids on this show, because I don't want to exploit children in any which way, and I don't want you ever to think that I would. But with that, maybe I might have parents or guardians or mentors talk about some kids and then have it offline where they would get to have a service hero award, because I want our kids, our next generation, to know that they've got a service hero inside of them and that they can ignite it. And I mean, so many of them love that whole flying in the air and the cape. And I saw my niece and she was like, oh yeah, in her costume and a great pose. And you know, that power stance. Yes, that's great. I want them also to know that they don't have to dress up like another hero. They are a hero. That they have that hero in them. And that in igniting it by serving another with a small act of kindness and service creates that flying through the air in big, huge cape and yes, I've done it attitude that I'm a hero. But being able to do it in a gracious way, depending on their age, you know, they're kids. I'm going to take what we can get. I just want them to embrace it, that they all have a service hero inside of them. So to recap, lots going on. So excited. And all of my service heroes, I would like to start hearing from you if you want to be involved in one way or another with the streaming marathon that's going to be taking place on Giving Tuesday. Any of my chemo buddies that don't mind going online. I have some stories that we've been filming and we will be sharing those. I still have some footage if I can put the time together, 2 minutes to rub together to edit. I'm going to do that too, talking about Chemo Buddies for Life and what it's all about. And those are going to be pretty, some of them are going to be pretty impactful. Be prepared to laugh a lot, belly laugh even. Be prepared also with, yeah, I came with props today, tissue, because Chemo Buddies for Life is such an important program. And I will be sharing about a couple of our chemo buddies that had true success with our program, but they can't share it any longer because they've gone on to a greater reward. And I have some footage that I haven't shared yet. So it's going to be kind of really cool. And humor, hope, and heart, you know? So anybody that wants to get involved with the production of the streaming marathon, I'd love for you to get involved. And I really want us to also be talking to the children, and I'm going to be bringing that up a lot because Service Heroes was created because of my Chemo Buddies for Life and because of Tasha Cooney, who I just got to give a hug to. I was so excited. Got to see her. Tasha Cooney gave me the challenge of 365 Days of Awesome. And then Allison Larson, miss you, Allison, our crazy schedules. Allison Larson helped me then refine that message so that it would be something that would be of value to my Chemo Buddies for Life and so many others, because there's too much bad news out there, guys. And we have a lot of wins take place, you know, different days, but then the news cycle starts up again, and you can let that get you down, or you can say, nope, no more. Nope, nope, I'm not going to let it get me down today. I am going to go find out about a service concept or a service hero, and I'm going to celebrate that. I'm going to be a service hero and serve another, or I'm going to let a service hero serve me. and share the love, because in the end, it's that four-letter word that's a good one to be saying, not a bad one to be saying. Oh, thank you, Rain. Thank you. I'm loving the love. Loving the love. Thank you. That's awesome. There's so many good people. You guys show up, and I appreciate it. Go out there and share the love. If anybody in Vegas has a home that we could have the culmination, that we could have the buddies come to, we could have a smaller, intimate group, dress up and have some fun. It's Christmas time. We don't have to make it big, but have some fun and celebrate the success of a successful marathon. I'm framing it in a positive light. I'm learning a lot from the power of attentions. And thank you, my co-host tomorrow, Bill Heinrich. You are awesome. Every day is perfect, and I am learning to stop stressing so much. At least I'm learning to start thinking about not stressing so much. But I know I'm going to learn more, and I'm going to learn so much tomorrow. So join us for that. And if anybody has a house here in Vegas or Henderson or Summerlin or any of the surrounding area, and you would open it up to us, I trust us. We're a good group. We're a bunch of service heroes and people that are supporting Chemo Buddies for Life. Can't go wrong. You get a lot of press if you want it. If you want none, you'll get none. That's the way I work. That's the way I roll. Thank you, Eric Zuley. Thank you, Dr. Dante, for your help. Thank you, Sherry Watson. Love you. And thank you for everything you're doing for so many continually and have been for the last 30-something years. You just are amazing. And I want to shout out to Jason Burke, because Jason and Eric combined, probably Dante had, and Jim Zuley too. Dr. Dante, Jim Zuley. I'm sure you all had something to do with it, but you guys invited me onto the stage to share my message of hope and service and Chemo Buddies and love and light and laughter and humor, hope, and heart. And I want to thank you for that, because that means a lot to me, and it means a lot to my community. So so Speakers Pathway tomorrow, then High Performance Success Summit Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then next week, Wednesday, Thursday, the Power of Purpose. I've actually got that too, the mastermind for that. And anybody that's a nonprofit, a for-profit, wants to cause market, anybody that wants to see what's going on, it's getting huge. When she was talking to me, she's like, keep me breathing. Remind me to breathe, because it's just getting so big. And so if you want to find out what's going on, I'll include links for all of these things that I've been talking about that I'm going to be a part of. And then remember that Giving Tuesday, we're going to be starting bright and early. I don't have the details yet, but please, please, please be aware of it. For those that are not aware of what Giving Tuesday is, think of Thanksgiving. You have the big shopping day, Black Friday. I just heard that there's a small business Saturday now taking place. There's probably going to be something named for everything now. And then there's Cyber Monday, and then there's Giving Tuesday. It kicks off what many people think is the giving campaign for the end of the year. And a bit of trivia, most of you probably already know because you're part of my page, but many nonprofits will raise the majority of their funds from that Thanksgiving to the end of the year, because it makes a lot of sense. Our government has given tax write-offs for people that donate. So you can donate, and if you need a tax write-off, and a lot of companies that are public companies or have some kind of mandate have to give. And sometimes they realize they thought they were giving plenty, but if they have a large push for revenue coming in, guess what? Percentage of revenue that needs to go out, that increases. That creates an issue at the end of the year. A good issue as far as any nonprofit can think of, but not necessarily a great issue if you're not on top of it as a business owner. So for you that own businesses, get with your accountants, making sure that you've done what you need to do in your mandates for giving. Also, if you don't know about the charitable gift of real estate, I'm not going to go into it right now, but just know that if you're a property management company or you have a large portfolio and you've got a dragging property and it's kind of, if you will, not ready for prime time, wink, wink, you know what I mean? And you don't want to put the time into it, or you just don't have the time. If it would benefit you to get it off the books before the end of the year, and then depending on your fiscal year, but the calendar year with tax donations, if it makes sense, I'd love to talk. I'd love to be your charity of choice, but just be aware that this is a possibility. You just need to do it right. Do it with people that know how to do it. I just so happen to be with some of the best that have been in there, even working with the IRS to make sure that everything works very flawlessly and no one ends up losing their 501c3 if they're a nonprofit, because that can happen. It has happened. So you want to be careful in that transaction, that it's done legally and properly and binding. All right, so there's a lot of information here. I know it, and I've been going on and on. However, I just needed to catch everybody up and let you guys know that, yes, I appreciate all of you. You are all amazing to me. And I will be continuing to be on the road again, looking for service heroes. And I should be putting on there too, fundraising for Chemo Buddies for Life. It's the end of the year. And my goal is that we do not, please help me with this, guys. If our message means anything to you, I'm happy with a quarter. It doesn't need to be much. And that might sound ridiculous, but I think about stories of people that a quarter, someone on the street, seriously on the street for reasons other than they want to be, but someone on the streets that doesn't want to be, that quarter can mean something to eat. And if that quarter is given out of love for a cause that they believe in, that quarter means more than $1 million, because it's given with heart, and it's given with passion, and it's given with belief that that quarter will be well spent on the mission at hand. My mission is to see that no one faces cancer alone throughout the world. I'm just now saying it, we got to go worldwide because I'm getting too many people that need us. So we need to be able to go throughout the world to have buddies. And we need to get our volunteer stipend program up and going. And that's important, because that amount that we will be able to help with a stipend can possibly mean the difference of eating or keeping a roof over someone's head. So we are not only thinking in terms of, and it's not only, but we have many programs that we can launch. We just can't launch them without our hub. And then I'm going to need, at some point I'm going to need a staff. And so this is an important, but I'm taking it one step at a time. Right now, the job at hand is the website. So that's what we're raising money for. And then the next will be the stipend program. All right. So thank you for the love. Thank you for the support. Each one of you, be the service hero that you are. Anybody that wants to join me tomorrow for the webinar, let me know how I'm doing. Don't share any hate, please. Just go with the love. I love that for the weather. The other one we're not going to go with. Share the love. Then High Performance Success Summit over the weekend. Palms, if you want to come, let me know. I have a few tickets I think I can get my hands on. And then the Albuquerque Power of Purpose Mastermind, the new property that's just been secured, and all of this energy that's coming to help make a difference for Giving Tuesday and next year. We're going to affect a lot of change, guys. Remember, my senior advisor was one of the chief architects with Americans with Disabilities. That is no small feat. And that's who is one of the stellar people on my advisory board, Dr. Jay Johnson on my advisory board, AJ Pweden on my advisory board. I don't want to miss anybody. There's so many of them. And I just say thank you for the love and the support, because I know that you know that I'm not going to stop until I know that no one has to face cancer alone. Nah, not going to. Okay, as I end, I want to shout out to my brother because I haven't had a chance to call him yet. Happy birthday to you. Sorry I'm getting a little personal. I'm not mentioning names, but, for those of you that know my brother, then you'll know. If not, then you won't. All right. Make it a service-filled evening, and I'll see you guys tomorrow on the webinar and then for Service Heroes. All right, everyone. Thank you. Be the service hero inside and help the kids remember, or to learn. Help them learn. They have a service hero inside of them. Thank you. Bye.